Hey y'all, welcome back. I hope you're having a really good day. It was supposed to rain at my house today, but it looks like the sky is turning blue. So that's good, although it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. So today, well, let me back up a second. I was cleaning my office and I finally can see my desk. And I have come across a few journals that I have started, but they didn't get past a certain point. So this is where I'm at in this journal right now. This here's the cover. It was a shirt dress. I don't really know how to explain it. But I love this top, and unfortunately I can't wear it anymore. And so I use that for my cover. This here, I usually buy my lace. I go to the thrift stores and I go to the dress section, like the ball gown section, and I hunt through all the shirts and I find all the lace that I think is pretty and that I might use. And this happened to be from a really, really beautiful dress, and I really like it. I wish I didn't have to cut it up, but it wouldn't have fit me anyway, so it's beautiful. So I had already put a little grommet here so I can make a tassel, but what we're going to do is we're going to add these signatures. I have 10 pages in each one. I want to say there's only I think there's only 2 pages in here in every signature that is not, maybe 3, hand dyed, right? Most of this is hand dyed. That's packaging, hand dyed. So the majority of what's going to be in here is hand dyed. And so I'm going to show you how I bind it. And this is the order that I want them in. And so I don't know how everybody else does it. I've seen it done many different ways. Some people start from the front when they bind in signatures, and other people start from the back. So I start from the back, but what I'm going to do is find, let's see. Okay, so here are my sides. And I have a center ruler, and since I have 3 signatures, this here is just approximate. I'm not exactly sure if that's where the true center is or not on that. I think it is. And so my holes for this are right on this line right here. And so I'm going to center this as best as possible. Maybe, I'm not sure if I'm in the right spot here. Okay, so on the 1, so this one needs to be about right there. Okay, so that looks to be about my center. So I'm going to put dots right here. That's out of ink. Okay, let's try this one. Because you're not going to be able to see these marks anyway. And I'm just going to bring it down here until it's about in the center. And we're going to put marks there and there. And then I'm going to flip it around. Yeah, see, I can't even see those. That's not a good one either. Let's try this one. Yeah. Where did the other one go? Right there. Okay. Oh, I'm off. Okay. Let's try this again. So this is about center. Yeah, that's about center. So we're going to put some holes right here. And then I'm going to pull this down, and this is about center. Okay. So I'm going to, am I going to do that? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use my Crocodile 2 Big Bite to make the holes. I was going to use my awl, but I plan on covering this with some more of this lace here. And so you're not really going to see the holes anyway. So, okay. If you haven't seen one of these before, this is a Crocodile 2 Big Bite. And when you have it all the way to the left, that's what pushes your grommet or, you know, your rivet in there to make it stay. And then this here, the second one is 1/8 of an inch. That's this one right here. That's the size of the hole. And then this one all the way to the right is 3/16, and that's going to make that hole right there, and it's bigger. I'm going to use 1/8 of an inch. And I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this because I can't really turn it like that on an angle. So I'm just going to punch these holes. And I don't remember what kind of a box this was, but I can tell you that it was very flimsy, and I had to reinforce it. This here is just craft cardstock paper, but I reinforced it with something else as well, and so it's really super thick. I also like my covers to be not fluffy, but like plush, I guess is the word, so they feel good in your hand. And in order to do that, I use batting. I glue batting on first before I put my fabric on. And so my last video was that pink and orange little journal that I just threw together. And you know, it's nice. I like it. It's pretty, but I realized why I don't really care for it as much as I would this one here, and that's because it's made out of paper. It's not made out, the cover is made out of cardstock on that one, not fabric. And I think that's the difference. Because I like the way this feels better. It just feels better in my hands. Okay, so we're going to make sure that we have these all nice and neat in our stack. And I think this one works. Yeah, this one works. Okay, and we're just going to put a little dot right there on every single signature. And that is where we're going to put our hole. Okay, so we can set that aside for just a second. And I'm going to fold this in half this way so it's inside out, really. And I'm going to take my awl and I'm going to poke my holes from the inside that way. That way I know exactly where they're going to go. I'm not going to be off at all when it comes to putting them in there, because I've made journals before that I used the Crocodile actually in order to punch the holes, and I didn't turn it inside out like this here. And, you know, the holes were askew. Some of the papers moved. And this way I can ensure that the papers are not going to move. And that all my holes are going to match up with the holes that are already in the spine. And then also all of my signatures are going to be uniform. you know, not having one. Oh, I'm glad I opened that because that would have been upside down. That's one thing you have to pay attention to, and I suppose that doesn't really matter on the other two, but it does matter on this one, kind of, sort of, only because there's a calendar in the middle of it. There's a chunk taken out because I had some personal, had a personal phone number in there for one of my credit cards I had to call for, I don't know what. And, you know, being a paper crafter, you would think that I have plenty of paper to take notes on, and that just isn't the case. Not in my house. Okay, so that's going to be my third one, my middle, and my top. Okay. So I'm going to put those right there. So this is wax thread. I got it from Amazon in a kit. It also came with this. And this here. Just different size needles. And this one actually came out of this one here, which it's kind of the same thing. I don't know why the tops of these are gold. But they are. So I chose this one because I know it's going to fit because I already tried it. Right? Because sometimes these are hard. And you know what? Actually, I might need to use a different one. And that's why I don't really use my awl in order to make the holes in my spine, because these don't make the hole big enough for me, and I don't want to tear my thread. Okay, so I need to actually measure this here. So we measure it by doing 3 times the amount. Okay, and we're going to cut 2 more of those. And I'm just going to do it this way. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, put that aside now. All right. And this is just going to be a quick video on binding, and then we will get to decorating in a different video. So depending on whether you want your tails to be on the inside or the outside is going to depend on where you go. I want them on the inside, and so I start in the middle and I make sure it goes through, and then I go through that top hole, and then get through those maybe. Okay. If you're not comfortable keeping these loose like that, by all means, put a clip on it if it will help you keep them together. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. This signature is kind of flat compared to some other ones I've done, so I'm not really needing to do that. Okay, so you go in here, you come out here, you go into the top hole, and it comes out here, and then you bypass that middle hole and you come all the way down to the end, and you come out here, and then you bring it back in through the middle. And what we want to avoid is splitting that thread, because when we split the thread, it's going to make it difficult to tie. because you're not going to be able to get a really good hold on that if the thread is split, because then the knot is only going to go so far. Okay, so we need to make sure that that's even, and then make sure you have one each of these on either side, and then make sure you got them all in the right holes on the back, or on the spine rather, and then pull snug, but don't tear. Pull tight, right over left, left over right. And I'm just going to leave these dangling down because I'm not exactly sure if I want to put beads on them or not. This is a bone folder. You don't necessarily have to have a bone folder, but it does help with creases. If you don't have one, you can always use the back of your scissors and do the same thing. That works just as well. And I think what I'm going to do is just make these holes a tiny bit bigger, since I came at them from the outside, only because I had a little hard time getting one of those in there. Okay. All right, here we go. So I was on the phone earlier with a gentleman who is going to help me, or not help me, he's going to build me a website. And I'm really excited about that because I'm tech literate, but I am not tech savvy for sure. And that is not my strong suit. When I was in high school, I did go to science. I forget the name of the class, but I did take a computer science class, and I did learn how to write programs and stuff, but that was so long ago that I was writing programs in COBOL and BASIC, and him and I were talking about that, and I said, I don't even think that they make computers like that anymore. And see, I'm glad I looked because I'm in the wrong hole. So we're just going to take that out and do it again. But yeah, so he, you know, and I had started a website, and I don't know. It's just not, I got stuck, and I still had a job outside of the house, and then I kind of forgot about it, and my husband came home the other day, and he's like, I found this guy that can help you. And I was like, great. And so when I was talking to him today, I was like, so where are you at? Because when I texted him yesterday, well, he had texted me last week and said, see, did I do that again? No, okay, that's in the right hole. No, it's not. It's not in the right hole. Oh, the first one's not in the right hole. It is. Why does that look funny? Oh. That looks super funny to me. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Okay, no, that's the right hole. Oh, you know what? I think I know what happened. The fabric here is really loose. Apparently, I did not glue it down well enough, and so it went into that hole instead. So that's why you need to pay attention to where you're going with your thread, what hole you're going into, because you don't want to go in the wrong one, because it will not bind in there properly. Okay. I hope you can see what I'm doing here, because my camera, I have it airdropped over to my phone. I have it airdropped over to my TV, and on my TV, it looks extremely large. like it's taken up the whole thing, and it doesn't normally look that way. And so I can't really tell if I'm in screen or not. Okay, let me pull that through. Okay. Ouch. It's definitely Monday. Okay. Pull tight and snug, but don't tear. Right over left, left over right. Let those dangle. Okay. And the bone folder, or whatever you happen to be using to make these get a sharper kind of crisp edge on there, that's what that's for, just so, you know, when you open the page, it's going to stay where you want it to and not keep flipping over to the back. Okay, and I don't normally use wax thread anymore. I keep forgetting that I have it, to be honest with you. Okay, and let's just make these holes a little bit bigger also, since I came in from the outside. Okay. Okay, here we go. In the center hole, make sure you don't lose that thread end there. Some people actually put something on the end like this, just in case. That way, you know you're not going to lose your thread end that way. Going to go in through that top hole. Come on, get in there. Where are you at? Okay. Okay. And then in the bottom hole, yeah, this fabric is really flimsy. I apparently did not glue it well enough. Okay, and then make sure that you go back in the middle hole and we don't split the thread. Why can't I get in there? There we go. Okay. And then in through that hole there. Okay. We don't need that anymore. Always make sure that you have one tail of your string, thread, whatever it is you're using to bind on either side. And if you're going to leave them long so you can have dangles on there, they don't have to be exactly the same length, but kind of close to it. Okay, and then check that. There we go. And then pull tight. Oh. Let's try that again. Pull tight, but don't tear. Left over right, right over left. There you go. Okay. So there you have it. Okay, that's what the spine looks like. And let's see, I had some of that lace out already to put on there. I guess that'll be for the next video, because it doesn't, I cleaned so good I can't find anything. How about that? Okay, so that's what that looks like. Actually, it's probably better that I don't have that on there yet, because I need to figure out and make sure that that hole will still be accessible to put my tassel in there. And also, it seems as if my dogs want to go out, so I need to let them out. So that exciting news, keep your eyes peeled for that website coming February 1st or close to it. I'll be in contact with him every couple of days to make sure that we're getting my website how I want it. And there's gonna be some fun things that I've already made in there that I haven't had a chance to put up yet because I haven't had a website to put them on. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified of all the future content videos that I do post. So I hope you have a wonderful day and stay tuned.